Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll hold it.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
What an open. It's going to be so distracting. I can't not look at how awesome it is. Mark Cuban got hacked.
Oh, what do you mean?
Cyberdust?
Yeah, why if it
I
wasn't
don't think
using
it was on
Cyberdust?
Cyberdust, but his actual regular Gmail got hacked.
Didn't he once say he wouldn't come on our show unless you contacted him through Cyberdust?
It wasn't. It's even worse than that. He said, "Dust me." Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, I'm pro Mark Cuban. He's just trying anything he can.
Yeah, why not?
Try it, and it might have picked up, and it didn't. And he goes on right to the next thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I've dusted him a few times. that
Is that still a thing?
I don't think so. I think Snapchat kind of eventually
won the war.
Won the war. Yeah. So in a now removed post on Twitter, and I love how news outlets have to do this now. They all say in a now removed post on X, formerly Twitter.
Just because no one really knows it as X?
Yeah. Said he was hacked after he received a call from a fake Google representative who imitated the company's account recovery methods. And
what did they sound like?
You can guess if you want.
Hello.
Oh.
Your Uber driver?
Yeah, just play that audio.
Dan guessed.
I'm just saying, if they were faking a customer service representative, you would think they'd have to get into character in a way.
Yeah. Dan would be really good at this.
There's no Cyberdust. I was just looking for it.
It's not in the App Store anymore?
No.
So he tweeted out the phone number. I suppose just raising awareness. He tweeted out the phone number. He tweeted out the name of the person that he said was scamming him. And then said, if anyone gets anything from mcuban@gmail.com after 3:30, it's not me. But
if he can get...
That's what I was going to say. The fact is,
he
if
can
Cuban
get
can get hacked
although I
and
guess,
get scammed,
but
then...
people are looking to hack him.
I assume they're looking to hack
But you would think
80-year-olds.
Wouldn't he have two-factor?
Two-factor authentication?
Yeah, everyone does that.
I hate two-factor.
Yeah.
2FA?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't do it if I can avoid it. I probably shouldn't announce that.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you just announce to the world that you don't own a gun?
I'm going to have to start that up.
Is the point of it you just have to go to the Authenticator app and that's it? You probably know this.
I do the Authenticator app for, Coinbase or whatever.
Yeah, I do it for crypto.
But, no, sometimes isn't there a thing where you have to then go to your email every time?
Yeah. Okay. And Cuban didn't have that. That's surprising to me. The body of a missing kayaker, a 23-year-old man, was recovered Sunday from the Trinity River after he drowned. This happened around Highway 175 in Crandall. I see people, sometimes I go pick up breakfast on the other side of the lake. Like if you have to drive to Flower Mound.
That's a pretty far drive. Why?
Well, I haven't done it since I've lived by you. But when I lived in Grapevine, there's a place over there that it's like 15 minutes. There's a couple places over there I like. I get a little brekkie. And I see people out there, and I'm like, man, they look really alive.
Out there kayaking in...
Yeah, in Grapevine Lake.
9 a.m.?
Yeah, and it looks awesome. But I do feel like I'm pretty high on the percentile of you could die doing this. Somehow you screw it up, you tip over.
Yeah, how ironic, too. You wanted to feel more alive.
Yeah, now you're dead.
And now you're dead.
But that's the thing, is like I see people out at Grapevine Lake all the time and think I should be taking more advantage of the lake. It's right there. There's so much cool stuff you can do. Like I told you about that camp my daughter did last week, so I was driving by there every day and thought I should be out here more. We have a cool lake. It's huge right here.
It's too hot.
Could you swim across the whole lake?
Could I or could someone?
You. Like, how far is it? Chappie used to do the triathlons.
Yeah, it was like a mini triathlon, but I mean, yeah, he
Like-
still swims.
Like, how far is the lake across? Is it a mile? I really don't know.
No one knows.
Does anyone know?
Nope. No one will ever know.
It's impossible to know.
It's impossible to know.
I was going to look at the map and try and figure it out just visually.
There have been a couple times where
My key.
on a dude's trip, do you have a result there? It sounded like somebody had a bing.
It's only about as long as my pinky.
And what's the scale?
That's probably doable then. There's been a couple times on
I think
like
you could do it.
on like a dude's trip where
Let's do it for the show. Jake has to swim across.
For what?
Like, what's the content play?
Come see it?
Where, you know,
Well, it's you doing something with the lake.
you'll get into the afternoon and you're 4 or 5 in and you're like, I'm swimming across this thing. Which is the worst idea. Like, that's how people die. In fact, you know, not to speculate, but it's possibly how this young man passed.
That alcohol was involved somehow?
You'd have to, I mean, you know. Speaking of water deaths, an actor from Pirates of the Caribbean died in a shark attack while surfing, which is just horribly ironic.
Yeah, and it's really rare, right?
And there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice
He's
that? A lot
right.
of
There
shark-
is.
He was right.
He predicted it. Yep. This
But shark
happened-
attacks are very rare, right?
They are rare, but they're
Isn't it like one a year? Maybe
no, dude.
one
Way
more
more than
deaths
that.
than one a year?
I don't know about deaths.
So there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat. 10 yards.
Dan's right. One
No.
fatality every 2 years.
Yeah, but the attacks are like I'm looking at it. It's 60 a year.
But the chances are you won't die. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, but you're mangled.
Yeah.
This,
You don't want that.
this is there. There were 14 confirmed shark-related fatalities this year, 10 of which were assigned as unprovoked.
What were the other 4?
The other 4 were like, "What's up?
What's up, bitch? You want smoke?
Hey, bitch,
Yeah, at parking lot at Abuelos, yeah.
cute fin."
What's up?
Oh, you're real tough.
Yeah.
Made
Can't even
movie.
get out.
Over there
Can't
with
even
your
get out of
fin.
the water.
You swimming around? You want a piece? Yeah, I mean, I do think it's happening more now, though, just because of we're like socializing them to people. Because like people will go out and dive with sharks more now. Video man, have you ever done like are you a scuba guy at all? Okay. I feel like that's a lot of times the same guy.
Yeah, a guy who's really into skydiving is
Yeah.
probably into scuba.
Yeah. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. But
What's
we-
skydiving stand for?
he says your mom. We've socialized them to being around people more. Because people go out and do these tours, and to see them, they have to put meat in the water, right? They have to chum the water so that the shark will come to the cage, and then they're like, "Oh, people, that means food." I do think it's actually happening more now. But to be an actor on Pirates of the Caribbean and be, in the water for much of your career, and then die from a shark, that's a tough break. It's like if you died when you opened Audition and it electrocuted you or something.
Moment of silence
Whoop.
for that guy. That was it.
So there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat. 10 yards.
I thought this was an odd note from the story. It says lifeguards brought the man to shore by jet ski, which I don't
Why does it have to be put in the story at all?
I know. It's just a really odd addition. Lifeguards brought.
What if it was by tube? Like they laid him on the tube?
He's Weekend at Bernie's.
And they're tubing. Yeah.
Yeah, the banana boat. Yeah. And it says, by jet ski and paramedics assisted with the death pronouncement.
Like if you die on
why do you have to do that?
on the slopes.
Right.
Clearly, the editor needed 500 words.
They put him on a sled.
I've been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. But yeah, like, did they make you snowboard down dead?
They just kind of tie you to the thing.
I don't know.
And where was that?
That was in Honolulu,
Oh, okay.
which I think is
So we
actually
don't have to
like
worry about it.
No, but man,
Not a lot of sharks around here.
not a lot of sharks around here. I don't think that's how the Trinity River kayaker passed, but definitely Galveston area. Gulf of Mexico is a hot zone.
For sharks?
Yeah.
I'd like to call your bluff,
I-
but I've never been there and you have, so it must be right.
The Gulf of Mexico is a known shark area.
I know, and you're saying it with a lot of authority, but I've heard this before.
Anyways,
And later it'll be a montage.
and,
The Texas coast is one of the safest waterfronts in this regard.
God bless. Result one.
He just fact-checked you right away?
17 shark bites in 100 years.
None of them are bites. None of them are bites. They're all attacks.
Well, he's saying if there's only 17
17
bites,
in a century.
that means you'd get 17 bites within one attack. He's saying there's just never an attack.
I'm just reading.
An Amber Alert for a missing 6-month-old
But you know
child
what?
in El Paso.
This is from visitgalveston.com, so they probably
What are they
Yeah.
going to say?
they're probably trying to cover it up.
They're not going to tell you anything.
It's not as hot as I thought it would be. Did you just yawn?
Yeah, he's tired of your news.
An Amber Alert
I'm
for a
not
missing
tired of your
6-month-old. This is the last one. Missing 6-month-old child in El Paso has been discontinued, and I only bring this up because I got this alert this morning, and I was wondering.
You haven't turned that off on your phone?
I wanted to ask whether or not you had.
Oh, for sure.
You do? You have it off?
I think I did it. It was like a year or so ago. Do you remember that one that came at night?
Yeah.
And it was like from Houston?
Yeah. It's like,
And it was like, wait. And it just woke everybody up. And it's like, whoa. And I don't want to be woken up if my own family dies in the middle of the night, let alone if something happened in Houston.
I love Soroy's bit on this.
What's that?
He gets up and just kind of peeks out the blinds. And he's like, all right, I did my part.
I looked.
I looked. Because, what are you going to do?
There's-
You're right.
there's-
It's in Houston. What am I going to do?
one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life is, what's his name? Mark something?
Zuckerberg.
No.
Stein.
We can play it. Whatever. It's just YouTube Mark Amber Alert.
The fuck is that guy's name?
But I think
Mark?
there's the only chance is that there might be an N-word in here, but I don't think so.
Dump and chase?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
But it's just like a video about how they expect you to react when you get an Amber Alert.
What color is Mark?
Mark Curry?
Before we know if you're
Mark
allowed
is
to-
Mark is not white.
Okay, well then, yeah.
But yeah, like just that you're supposed to spring into action with your boys and like all assemble.
Looking for a license plate.
Yeah. Like what are we supposed to do?
We got it. It's a gray Honda.
Yeah. The plates check out.
But were they dirty?
How about silver?
Yeah, do they have mud on the plates?
Right. Yeah, Silver Alert, my theory on that has always been that there's like an island of people, old people living together. That they just disappeared. And that they all, because you just you see the sign and you're like, well, where are they all going?
Off to die.
It's possible. You want to try it?
You haven't? Oh, he doesn't have it.
Okay, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know about the silver alert. I assume that they're all found or all dead.
Yeah, they don't really update it after.
They really
right?
don't. No, you very rarely see the story like this one where they say, "Oh, okay, this is what happened." But yeah, I got this one pretty early this morning, and the first thing I thought was, Dan didn't get this.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm oblivious to that. But I hope they found the kid. That's where I stand.
I got in an anime fight before.
They did find the kid.
Excellent.
They did find the kid. And I suppose there's your news.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
Kick-ass graphic.
That is a kick-ass graphic.
Don't hurt me.